Well, I'm back at the range again with the 24-47 Yugo. Nice day today, about 80 degrees, 81. We're in the shade here at 100 yards, so we should be able to stay nice and cool. Do have my water bottle, so I'm all set to stay hydrated. Standard NRA 100-yard target down there. Got the bullseye target cam set up, and we'll record some video there. Hopefully we can get a target camera from that. I'm going to shoot some more of this PPU 196 grain soft point, and this stuff is chronoing right around 2140 feet per second, which is per spec. I looked up the information on the ammo on PPU's website, and that's about what it showed. So it was shooting just about on elevation at 50 yards and a little bit to the left, a couple of MOA to the left perhaps, and we'll just run some here at 100 yards. I'll use a center hold to get started and see how things go. I'll see if I can make this target camera work. I have problems with this target camera shutting off on me, so we'll see how it goes. I'll hit record, and it says that I am in live video mode, so that should be good. We should be getting some video from that. And let's go ahead and chamber up 5 of them and see how we do. So far, this Yugo's done pretty well, but it's only had 14 shots through it. And there's 5 more going in. And now we'll see how my eyes are working today. See, I'll try to get the center hold. It's a decent hold. I felt a little bit flinchy. Nothing to worry about with the brass. And if you look there on the shot, you can see once again it is on for elevation, but we are buried in the middle of, I believe that's the 10, 9, 8, 7, buried in the middle of the 6 ring, right over there at 10 o'clock. So it is still shooting to the left, but I'm going to keep the hold the same. But it's on elevation, so that's good. I almost tried to chamber another one there, put another one in the magazine. I forgot that I was already set up. I'm a little jerky today. I have to get warmed up here. And that one's right over in the same area. I got back into a middle 7, just about the same elevation. Concentrate on a better trigger pull this time. So where did that one fly? Oh, that was a bad shot. That must have been me. I don't know. We'll try some more. That one widened up a bit too. I don't know if that's my eyes or my hold, or if it's the ammo. I am struggling a little bit with the sights. This does have a tiny little V-notch. I'm in the shade. The target's really brightly illuminated. I actually looked at some of my other glasses a couple of times to try to get things to be where I wanted them to be. Sometimes bifocals can be tricky, but I don't know if that's sight alignment there or something else, but let's keep going and see what happens. Maybe we can get her to come back around. And I'm still going to stay on the attempted center hold. That felt like a better shot. And it's still over in that area. Okay, well that's not horrible. So I think what I will do now is, seeing where that's shooting, I think for the second group, I'll hold on the right edge of the target bullseye and see if I can make that windage correction reasonably. I want to use up this brass anyway so I can reload it with some other components instead of running the factory ammo, but to work on that sight alignment, that is a tough picture. A glass of water, or bottle of water. So yeah, really nice out today. Not a cloud in the sky. It's calm. I did a little bit of reloading at home before I came out. Some ammo for one of my silhouette pistols. I worked on that. I might shoot a little bit of that today to try to get some chrono data for a little bit difference in the load. Try to get it to shoot a little flatter. But I also threw one of the Type 99s in that I'd like to shoot a little bit. And I did do a little bit of work on my 03A3 yesterday. I thought about bringing that, but I wanted to shoot this Yugo a little more and see how it's going to print. So let's, this time, we'll do the same thing, but we'll hold over on the right edge of the bullseye to try to make that wind correction. Take our time here. That's a tough hold. With that sight, that is a very tough hold. And it looks like I got the windage correct, but I didn't have the elevation correct. That's something that I tend to do. If I concentrate elsewhere on the bullseye, sometimes I miss one thing or another, so I probably didn't have the sights up high enough. Let's give that another try. Try to make that wind correction again. It's really not a wind correction, it's just a sighting correction. That wasn't a bad hold, but I anticipated the shot. And it's right where the other one is. Just about anyway. Let's work on that a little harder. It's a tough hold. It's a super tough hold. I'll try to allow just a little bit of light between the tip of the pyramid and that black bullseye. Okay, that I did get that back over to the right a little bit, but I'm not getting it up. That's the problem. Need to get it pulled up a little bit too. The perspective of the circle versus the pyramid is so much different when you don't hold on the center of it. It's really tough to hold that where you mean to hold it. I was a little free on the recoil of that. My thumb and my nose did come together on that one. I could feel it. I need to lean into the rifle just a little bit more. I'm shooting it a little bit too loose. Okay. That felt like a better hold and a better execution. Where did it print? Printed better. That did print better. That got me up into the 9 ring. So let's try it again. Little bit less light on the right edge of the bullseye, but work on that elevation. That was a better shot, but I didn't get enough correction to the right in there, but we're going in the right direction. Let's try this last, no, that was the last one in that group, so very good. We're learning something. I think what I might do, just for grins, is raise the rear sight a little bit, and let's see what that does. It's on a, I guess you'd call it a battle setting here that's at 200. Let's just raise that up just that little bit to 3. Let's add that little bit of correction in the sight itself. And now for this last 5, what I will do is try to minimize my workload a little bit with that sight adjustment for the elevation. And I will hold exactly right on the right edge of the black circle and see how that works out. This ammo from a 100 yard zero drops about 6 inches at 200 yards. So going from that battle zero to the next notch up, which is, looks like it says 3, so that's probably supposed to be 300 meters. That might be a little more correction than I really want, but let's give it a try. I'll hold right at the 3 o'clock point on the bullseye, and we'll see what we get. How warm are we getting? It's a little warm. I'll give it just a minute to settle down. Target camera's staying on. That's a good thing. I battle with that a lot. So yeah, it's just a pleasant day today. It was just like this yesterday too. It's just beautiful out. Great day to be at the range. I tell you, it's the days like this in the summer in Michigan are just so pleasant. I mean, the sky is just super blue, and the bugs aren't even too bad today. I was a little concerned that it might be a little bit, might have some bugs buzzing around my head, but it hasn't been bad. There's a couple when I was down setting up the target, but they didn't last, so everything's pretty good. So we'll run these last 5 through this Mauser, and then I'll probably get that Type 99 out and try that. I don't know if I'll put that on the same video or maybe make a separate one or shoot it without video. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so we've run 10 through this so far, and we're on to the last 5. Made that little bit of a rear sight adjustment in elevation. And the other thing on this Yugo is that when I got it, the front sight had been banged on something. The witness line is lined up. It did not move the sight, but it did kind of put a ding in the pyramid. So I dressed that very carefully and got it back to where there weren't any dings. But it's not as sharp on the tip as some of my others. I do have replacement pyramids that I think are the same height as this one. So I may end up drifting that pyramid out of there and putting a replacement in. Because this one, it's a little bit blunter on the tip than I would prefer it to be. And it's also, it's colored with I didn't have time to blacken it properly, so I just used a black Sharpie on it, and it's not bad. Of course, here in the shade, you're just getting a silhouette of it. It's not exactly ideal lighting conditions, but it's what we have today, so that's what we're going to use. And I'm learning about the rifle. All right. So, since we made that elevation change, we're going to hold elevation on and on the right edge of the black. Didn't feel bad. And it is high, So it is a little higher than it needs to be. It's favoring probably a 6 o'clock hold. But we'll stay right where we are. I want to see what the group does. If that has a little bit better, you know, if my ability to hold this way is a little bit better than trying to float the elevation. So I'll try to hold right there at 3 o'clock again. Which shot was that? I wasn't looking at it. Looks like that came to the left a little bit. Got to work hard on that front sight, I tell you. I think I held a little too long on that when I started to have a hard time with my focus. I've got enough holes on my target now, I don't know where that one went. You guys probably picked it up in the video. I haven't figured out yet on this software how to do live video and do shot markers. I think you're supposed to be able to do it, but it's really what I need. Okay, I think I'm letting this rifle push me around a little bit too much too. I should probably bury myself into it a little bit more. Yeah, the ergonomics here are not real good. The angle that I have my head on the rifle, it's in a portion of my glasses and my eyes that it's not as clear as it could be. It's not bad, but I was a little anticipating on that one. Looks like that's about 2 o'clock in the 8 ring. So I'm holding a little bit too much right into it. Last shot, let's get this one in there. So I see kind of sort of where it's shooting if I do the right hold. So I'm going to lower my hold a little bit and not quite so much right into it. Let's see if I can get one in the X ring here. I think I know where it's shooting. Out there, I think. Did I get it? I don't think so. Not sure where that went. So anyway, I don't know if I want to tear into another box of this ammo today. Certainly should let the rifle cool. So I think that's about what we've got. I know where the thing's kind of shooting. It's shooting a little bit to the left. So I think what I should probably do is either replace the front sight or just drift this one to fix that sighting there. And it's probably a function of the roundness of that sight and my ability to pick up the tip of it. It very well may be aligned properly, but when I look at it through this V-notch, I think that it's not as fine as of a point as I need to accurately get the hold on what I'm trying to do. So that's probably the next thing, is to either well, the rifle is shooting a little bit low. I could take that sight off, re-taper it to a point. I'll lose a little bit of height on it, but that's what I would need to get the elevation up. So that's an option too, is to work on a re-taper on that sight. So we'll play with it a little bit, but there's the Yugo at 100 yards. I just got to get, I think the rifle shoots okay. It's just getting the sights sorted out. Very, very small notch in the rear. I'll go ahead and put this back down to the battle sight setting. It did come up in elevation when I moved it, so I think the trajectory on these 196 grain soft points are as advertised. I was surprised that they're only 2,100 feet per second. I didn't look at any specs on it. I expected them to be a little bit faster than that, but they are quite heavy. 196 is a pretty good sized bullet. Like I say, it's published at right about 21 and something, I don't remember, and my chrono data was showing velocities right in that range, so I think they're about right on the money. So I think that's about all I have for the Yugo right now. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to everybody later. Enjoy your summer days.